When they arrived in the dark world, they found themselves in an old, dilapidated palace. This was the powerhouse of the ruling entity. Inside the palace, the walls were covered with pictures of trapped people, some of whom seemed to have lost all hope. But Layla was determined that they would not be part of those pictures. They cautiously advanced through the dark corridors until they reached the throne room. Inside, the entity was waiting. It was a terrifying being, a mixture of shadow and fire, and its eyes shone with evil. "You have returned, but this time you will not be able to escape," it said in a deep, terrifying voice. The confrontation began, the entity using its power to shatter the will, causing terrifying scenes of fear and despair. But Layla and her father held on to each other, refusing to give in. Layla began chanting the incantation again, this time putting all her strength and focus into it. With every word she said, the light in the room grew stronger. The entity began to retreat, its horrific scream filling the air. It seemed that it could not resist the power of the spell. At the last moment, the entity let out a tremendous scream and erupted into blinding flames. Then it disappeared completely. The palace began to fade around them, and the dark world began to collapse. They were suddenly brought back to Layla's room, where the mirror had been shattered into small, scattered pieces. They realized that the curse had finally been broken. Yusuf hugged his daughter and said in a touched voice, "We did it, Layla. We are free now." Since that day, Layla and her father lived in peace, but they learned an important lesson. They knew that the world was full of secrets and mysteries, and that some doors should remain closed. But most importantly, they realized that courage and strong will could overcome the greatest fears, and that the love and bond between them were the most powerful weapons to confront the darkness. After the curse was broken and the mirror was destroyed, Layla and her father Yusuf continued to live peacefully in their village. But the experience of the dark world left deep marks on their psyches. Yusuf tried to focus on his work as a carpenter, and Layla worked hard on her studies, but they both felt that something had changed inside them.